Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of An Anatomy of the Arts. I'm your host, Ethan Neville.
Why are you laughing so much?
Because I've got the oil and the... basically, to everyone listening, I've been mudded doing this podcast. It hasn't worked out well. I've got oil on my finger from something that I don't know. I think it might be my desk. Yeah, I've been scammed by Google. My internet tried to die. Anyways, our guest this week is a brilliant artist. She's incredibly talented. It's Mavis Hall. How are you, Mavis?
I'm good, thank you. Being complimented. Good. I love compliments.
You'll be getting a few. You deserve it as well. You're a great artist.
Thank you.
What I like to do is I like to go to like the very start. So like if we like time travel all the way back to where it all begun. So how did you get into music? Do you remember that
Yes, I do. My dad was a songwriter and a musician. Well, he still is. He's still alive. He's having a great time. But he's definitely my biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
He's been like a band. He gave me my first guitar lessons. I remember him teaching me Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on a little keyboard. But yeah, he's my biggest inspiration. Love that man. Big up Andy.
Yeah, big up Andy.
Yeah.
What age was that at? Was it just from the very beginning?
Well, yeah, he's been in a band since I was born, but I'd say like 8 is when I really got into it. I remember there was a talent show at my school, more or less, and my dad played guitar for me and I sang Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow.
Better Than Revenge. And I won.
Oh, and she won. Add that to the accolade. Boom.
250 quid. I bought a DSi.
Oh, yeah. yeah, she did. What kind of music was he playing then? What genre was he in? Was he the same kind of thing you're doing at the moment?
Kind of, yeah. More like rock. He's like trying to think of his inspirations. His favorite band is Tenacious D, which
wow.
He doesn't really write like them, but it's like folk. We're going to see them in May as well.
Are you
excited? Yeah.
Lucky. I only know like one Tenacious D song. Is that poor from me? Is it like the 4-chord song? Is it the 4-chord song? Is that Tenacious D? Oh, it's gonna be really embarrassing if that's not Tenacious D.
I do not know. I should do.
Right.
I apparently grew up with them, but yeah.
Oh, right. So
don't remember.
When you were like first getting into music, what were the musicians like that you were listening to? Who were the inspiration that you had?
Well, Taylor Swift for one, and a bit of Nicki Minaj sprinkled in.
Oh, wow.
I know.
If you listen to Mavis's music, you can hear the Nicki Minaj coming through as well. Yeah,
you absolutely can. I'd say Evanescence, a lot of Evanescence, and just in the beginning, I guess Paramore, just stuff like that. Really.
Was that the people back then? Are they the same kind of inspiration you have now? I'm guessing maybe not Nicki Minaj.
No, not at all. I still do love a bit of Nicki Minaj. I can't lie, but she's not really an inspiration.
Just
like an influence, just a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, a guilty pleasure. It's very Who does kind of influence you now that you've kind of got further into your music career?
My favorite artist at the moment, Billie Martin.
Oh yeah.
I get told I sound like her a lot.
I can see it.
Sense. Yeah, because when I was learning how to sing, like my style, I was listening to her on repeat, kind of like mimicking her, which I feel like is very hearable. Yeah. But also Tamino, do you know?
I only know that he did a My Kind of Woman cover at one of his concerts, and that's all I kind of.
I love his songwriting so much.
Yeah.
His lyrics and everything. I just think it's so like gentle, but impactful. Like everything he does, it's like it has a purpose, and I love it a lot.
It's very reverby, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like stripped back, but still built up in some ways.
Simple, but it's complicated.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And Adrian Lenker from Big Thief.
Big Thief did Shark Smile. Did they
Yes.
show? Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I know my
yellow
artists.
bands. I love that song.
Getting a free concert.
I play her all the time, and my boyfriend, like, he doesn't like her singing voice, but I think, oh, what the fuck, you know? It's just so fun. She's like, yeah, yeah. She's like, I don't know how to describe it, but
Unique. She's unique.
yeah.
Unique.
It's just
Best
fun.
way. Yeah. Hey, wait,
It's authentic, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe. Wait, did Billy Martin did La Lune, didn't she?
Yeah. I actually don't know what that song is. I know the name, but I don't know it from the name. You know what I'm saying? How's it go? You have to sing it for me.
Oh wait, gosh. Hang on, I'm gonna get the lyrics up so I can remind myself of La Lune. Apparently I spelt it wrong. La Lune, Billy Martin. Oh, the listeners are gonna love. Okay, breaking my. Do I? That's not the lyric, surely.
Wait, let me also look it up.
Breaking my back in the heart of this land.
Breaking my back in the heart of this land.
Oh, yes, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I love that song. I just forgot it.
Yeah.
Any part of you.
Yeah, such a good song.
She's so sweet. I love it. All of her songs are so pretty. I saw her live as well, and it was.
Did you?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Lucky.
I actually met her at the merch stand, and I just looked at her and I was like, "I love you."
Bowing down
job.
to her.
Literally, no. She has no idea she's been on my Spotify Wrapped for 4 years in a row.
Yeah, that's kind of how like it's been like with this whole podcast. Like, I remember because I message like I get people on that I listen to, and I was first introduced to you through your Seine and I cover. I don't even know how like that came about. I was making a playlist for the airport because I hate flying, and the title was like some well, my friends know what the title is, but I'm not going to out myself like it because it's just awful. It's like Mysterious Book Reader with Glasses because I thought it was really funny. And the first song is Le Seine and I, and it's just jazz after that. It's just that song and just straight jazz.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, so when you're creating your music, do you suffer with like writer's block and creative block? I feel like it's kind of a rite of passage, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's terrible.
It is. How do you handle that? How do you deal with that?
I really struggle to like push myself through it. I find that if I do force myself to do it, I enjoy it and I can get something out that I'm proud of. But it's just such a, I don't know, the motivation's not there at all, and it just feels like such a chore to do anything. But I can do it. I feel like, it just doesn't come naturally when I have writer's block. It's just frustrating, and I don't feel like myself. You know what I'm saying?
Do you write like for fun? Do you like maybe not to do songs, but like do you just like write poems or write lyrics?
Yeah, poetry definitely. I'm also an artist. I tend to draw.
Yeah,
and
that was one of my questions.
To the drawings. Yeah,
I was looking through your YouTube. It was like your first couple of videos, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started as an art YouTuber.
Yeah,
big up the YouTube. Nostalgic time.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
Well,
little characters.
So has art been able to kind of help you push your creativity and explore that kind of side of you?
Absolutely, yeah. It's music and art, I feel like go hand in hand for me. If I'm feeling creative, I tend to draw more than I do music.
Really?
Yeah, writing music is more difficult than art for me, definitely. But I just sing all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it just comes naturally to me to sing and draw. But writing music, I do find a bit more difficult and more. I have to intentionally do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take singing lessons from the like? Were you taking singing lessons, or was it all natural?
No, I've never had a singing lesson really. I have to try and learn how to do extreme vocals. I want to learn how to scream. That's
really
the only thing I've had. But that's just because I'm in a band. I don't want to do that in my own music.
Wolf Frog.
Wolf Frog.
Wolf Frog.
Oh yeah.
Is that difficult for you though? Because like you're obviously a very accomplished independent artist.
Am I?
I would say so. I mean, I think
Thank
the
you.
people that, yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Um, would you say it's hard, like doing your independent stuff as well as being in a band?
Yeah, I would do. Just because I struggle to stay focused quite a bit, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've got another project that I love. I love
Mm.
being in a band. Wolf Frog, it's like the most fun I've had performing. But I just forget what I'm doing most of the time. I am working on my solo stuff. I've got rehearsals to be recording with, but I just do forget about it. I really do.
Really? Well, yeah, that does happen though. Because thing is, music is like, it can be the most taxing thing ever. Like you can record something, right? And it will just sound like, you think you sound amazing. You listen to it back, it's like, oh, I've just wiped oil on my face. Oh God.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Sorry, it's the
When you don't
desk
like the
kind of
song
like,
you're making, you get all oily.
yeah, you get oily, and it's just ruins the vibe, and it's just awful. It's just awful. But are you a full-time musician?
Yeah, more or less. I'm a
Are you?
student at the moment, so well, I do have a job, so actually maybe I'm not. I might just lie to you. I
Wow,
want to
that is
be. I am in
disgusting.
spirit.
Is it hard to balance being like a musician as well as having that personal life and having to work and all that as well? Or
Um,
do you find it quite easy to balance?
I actually don't really know, to be fair. I mean, again, like I forget about music, so
Yeah,
maybe it is difficult
yeah,
in that sense because I get lost quite a bit. But when
that's
say
okay.
we're on Easter break at the moment, I'm
Mm,
having a great time. I've been writing a little bit and like drawing every day. So yeah, it's difficult.
yeah, but it's not the worst thing known to man. I think that's another
No,
good thing is music's like, it's easy, isn't it? Like when
yeah,
it's not, you're your own boss. Look at that, own boss.
own
Um,
boss.
own boss. When you're writing, or when you're, making, you're getting an idea of that song, what do you find comes more naturally to you, the lyrics or the melody?
Um, I say the melody
Yeah,
definitely. Lyrics I change quite a lot over time, like the more I play it.
yeah,
But melody tends to be like the first thing that comes to mind. And then
mm,
for my solo stuff, when I'm writing, I'll be playing guitar as well, and my melodies
yeah.
tend to like mimic what I'm doing on guitar. So it's yeah.
When you're writing or when you're playing a melody for a song, do you have an idea of what you're going to be like singing about at all, or do you kind of just do the melody and then go to the lyrics straight away? It's like a blank canvas.
It does depend on the song. I feel like
Mm,
most of the time I'll have an idea of what I want to write
yeah,
about. The most recent songs I definitely have. They've
yeah,
felt more like a diary kind of entry
mm,
of sorts. But sometimes it just changes and there's not really a real meaning to the song.
yeah,
I just like the melody, and the lyrics come later, and they may not make sense, but I like the way they feel and I
yeah.
like the image they
Mm.
give me. Yeah.
Do you, so if we go all the way back, not as far back as we went at the start, but if we go back to the very first time that you released music on Spotify, I think it was called Sammy. Was that the
Ah,
name?
yeah.
Sammy. When you were kind of doing the thing, you were listening to music, you were enjoying Nicki Minaj, Starships was blaring. What
Yeah.
prompted you to release Sammy? What was it something that you just wanted to get music out there, or was it kind of just something you'd wanted to do? It had a meaning behind it.
I had played that song. I wrote it. Yeah, sorry, let me start again. So, yeah, I wrote that song and I
Yeah,
released a YouTube video of me playing it, and people just really liked the song. So I figured that I should, like, I had a lot more YouTube
yeah,
viewers at that time, so I figured I needed to get it out
mm,
in a way. So I made it all myself and I
yeah,
released it as soon as I could, really.
yeah.
But I don't know, in a way I do kind of regret it because I
Really?
feel like I should have waited to get a better quality recording. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what I
It's
mean. I don't think it's
yeah.
that detectable though. Like, if, I thought I was listening to it earlier, and like I can't see Okay, I'm gonna lead this into my next question. You ready for this? You see that smooth transition. I didn't even mention the next question. Would you, now looking back, it's 3 years later. Was it 3 years? I think it's 3 years.
More or less, yeah.
More or less. Or average 3 years. Would you go back and re-record the same lyrics, same melody, or would you go back and kind of like strip the song back and make it more, what's the word? Intense? Developed? Not developed. Layered. Layered, that's the word.
More layered. I don't know. In a way, I feel like it's already almost too layered.
Really?
Yeah. It's at the time I was listening to a lot of like Declan McKenna.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other bands, but I was obsessed with Declan McKenna.
Yeah.
And I wished I was him in a way. That's why I kind of made everything myself. And I was like, yeah, I need to like learn how to produce this all, because I was
Brazil. Were you playing Brazil?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sammy is very similar to Brazil in
I can hear it.
Chord progression, because it's like E, G sharp, and then up, and it just repeats going like up, and his just goes down instead of up.
Brazil's
I don't
like that
rip off other artists.
No, she doesn't do that.
Inspiration.
Yeah. Doesn't.
Oh, and McCafferty. Those are the two big inspirations for Sammy.
Really?
Do you know McCafferty?
I'm not aware of McCafferty.
I did a cover of their song. What's it called? Did a cover of one of their songs.
Right.
Jesus, Bottom. It's called Bottom. Yeah.
Is that the one that you've released on Spotify?
Yeah.
Is that a cover of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I was listening to it, I was like, she never normally does like collabs with anyone, and then I just see McCafferty as a collab. That's like, who's McCafferty? That makes sense now.
Yeah. So that's a cover of that song.
Right. Okay. I thought that was your own thing. You could have passed that off as your own music. That is her own music. Everyone listening.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I changed the genre.
Boom.
I changed it.
Do you? I don't know the original song. Mate, I'll go listen back to it, and I'll be like, yeah, you changed the genre.
I'll do that. Folk.
Is it? Yeah.
It's sad.
What's the word? Bedroom. What is it? Bedroom pop. Like, is that something?
Yeah.
I feel like I've just made a genre up completely.
No, that is a thing.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when that with Bottoms and with other songs, do you find it easier to kind of put the song into its own genre, or like do your own thing with it, or do you feel like it's quite restricting in that way
when doing covers?
Yeah.
I just tend to play it how I would play it in a way, and I think it turns into like a more folky version most of the time, but that's also just because I'm playing it on a guitar and it's just me, so it's like, and I tend to like slower, softer songs, so it's just kind of like my style in a way, but I guess it is folk, so I guess yeah,
because in your most recent, look at this seamless transition again, most recent release EP, Influences, I'm gonna do a great joke here. With your recent EP, Influences, what were the influences behind it? Boom.
Whoa!
Pun. Boom. Mic drop.
The influences were the people who wrote the songs I covered.
I need to upgrade my knowledge on the music, because I only knew Sparks was a cover.
Oh yeah, no, there's a mashup in there from Mitski songs, Pearl Liquid City, and I was quite proud of that. I feel like that's my
What's the mashup? What's it a mashup of?
It's a mashup of Liquid Smooth, Pearl Diver, and Brand New City by Mitski. And I was learning a bunch of her songs from the album Lush, and I realized that they all had like the same or similar chord progressions. So I spent ages. I printed out all the chord sheets, the tabs on Ultimate Guitar, and I cut them all up and I stuck them all together.
Plug that in. That is a great tool. Ultimate Guitar.
Yeah. So I stuck them all together, and I spent ages
really
learning it. Yeah. Then I produced it as well, and it was hard.
Do you enjoy producing your own things?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just not confident in myself. It's quite sad, really. Oh well. I'll get there one day.
Absolutely. With the cover songs that you do, do you cover songs that you enjoy doing, or do you like they fit your voice more? Like, how do you decide what songs you're covering? Is it just what you like?
It'll be songs I'm listening to at the moment.
Yeah.
And I write down songs that I think I'll be able to play well, but I usually just write down every song I like. I'll try it, and if it feels good when I'm learning it, then I'll cover it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before Influences came out, you hadn't like released anything on Spotify for like 20 months. I did the math. I think it was 20 months.
Nice. Yeah.
What brought you back to releasing music?
Being completely honest, it was the fact that I hadn't done it in a while, and
Really?
I realized that I should probably get something out there. It's quite funny to hear you say with the release of Influences, because when I was doing it, I was just like, shit, I need to get something out, honestly.
That makes sense. Oh, I feel like the title makes sense as well. Wait, what is the title? Yeah, okay. That's my bad. Maybe I should have realized that they were all covers.
No, it's fine. Yeah, with the release of my new EP.
Yeah. Oh, that's embarrassing. Anyways, off the EP, what was your favorite song to make? What was the best one? Was it Liquid Pearl City?
Actually, I would say Sparks was my favorite to make, because they're all on my YouTube channel as well. So you can see I use a bunch of different angles when recording that, and I look miserable in every single one of them, but I promised I was having a good time. It was just fun to set up the camera and like get different lightings and stuff like that. Yeah. I think it was more successful as well.
I do like Sparks a lot. I like that cover a lot. I play it in the car a lot as well.
Thank
you. Just we were earlier about Tamino. I can see that in Sparks. Although it's a Coldplay song, I can see now that you mentioned Tamino, you can see like it is the reverb that makes like it sound like that, you know.
It was that was around the time I did that Habibi cover as well. I uploaded a video every kind of week, and that was in the same month. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I covered his song like before I did Sparks.
How do you
bled through?
How do you choose which songs? Because you do a lot of covers on YouTube. I think the most recent was like Vanilla Baby. Is that?
Yeah.
Boom. How do you choose which one to like release? Is it kind of just the ones you are the most proud of?
Yeah. Definitely. I just tend to pick a song that I like, and then I'll eventually just record it and cover it. Definitely.
When you're out of all of your like catalog of songs, what has been the one that you've enjoyed the most?
I'd say off my first EP, Paper Squares, probably. That was my favorite one. It's like the one I'm most proud of in production terms. It was actually played on do you know BBC Solent radio thing?
Yeah. Was it played on there?
Yeah, it was.
Look at you go.
Look at me go. But it was just I just felt very proud of myself because of all of that. And I think it's just though the structure, I feel like I could have definitely fixed it a bit more. I'm just proud of how everything sounds in it and feels.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind Paper Squares?
Paper Squares, that one, I don't really know. That was one of the fastest songs I think I've ever written, really. And I just it was kind of a dream, which is why it's an EP called Dream Diary as well. It was like, I don't know, I had a dream and there was an aeroplane and there was a bunch of origami everywhere, and it was so colorful and pretty, and I loved it. And then I wrote a song about it.
How long did that take you to make?
I'd say about a month.
Is that what is that short for you?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long? What's the average? Like, how long does it normally take you to make a song?
Because I always change them. It's like initially I'll have a full song in like a week or like you know, a day, but I'll keep changing it over and over. So it'll take me like say 3 months until I'm actually happy with it. Yeah.
Do you, when you're going out to push the music and you're putting it on social media, because you've got a big following on YouTube and on Instagram, do you prefer putting it out on YouTube to Spotify, or do you prefer releasing it on Instagram? Wait, what way did I just say that question? YouTube to Spotify, Spotify to YouTube, because obviously with YouTube, you've got the comments right underneath the video, and that can be a bit much for some people. What do you prefer doing?
I prefer to do it on YouTube. I prefer to see comments from people. It gives me more motivation, and people are usually quite nice as well.
Yeah. Do you go back? Would you go back and change the song, or would you just leave it and carry on?
Paper Squares. Yeah, I'd rework the last section. Something about it feels a bit lackluster to me, but yeah, I'd probably either cut it out or change it, add something else.
Do you feel like social media impacts you more now because you've started to get that following and it's starting to rise on Spotify? You've got 25,000 monthly listeners. I think. Does social media impact you in the way that now that you've got that following, you feel like you've kind of got to play to them and not for yourself?
In a way, I struggled a lot more with it last year, and I feel like I'm kind of over it now, but I was so scared to do anything, really. When I moved out of my family home, it was just so difficult. I couldn't I found it so hard to write and practice. I felt like I lost my singing voice a bit, and I was just so disappointed in myself, really. And it's because I had that big following as well, and I'm saying had because my views have gone down quite a lot, but I have faith it might go back up. I don't really know.
Oh, it definitely will. Definitely will.
It is what it is.
Does that like affect you quite significantly, the views going down? And
it did for a bit, but now in a way I kind of feel like it's a bit of a freedom, because I feel like I've got a kind of refresh on my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Which is quite nice, honestly. Like I was upset for a bit because I was like, oh, they're all going to forget about me, but I realized I'm not going to die, so it's all right.
Let's hope not.
Wow, I almost did last week. Fucking
hell. True. How are you feeling now?
I'm all right. Yeah.
Living life.
I have to get another surgery.
Really?
Yeah, they told me. I went back to the hospital and they were like, because there was a complication and they couldn't take out my appendix, so I have to get it taken out in a couple of months, which is going to be really fun.
Wait, so did they put you in for surgery for the appendix and then just not take it out?
Yeah, so I had surgery. They like had to see what was going on, and there was like my appendix had burst, so they had to put a drain in surgically. That's what they did. And then I was on antibiotics, and now I'm better. They can take it out safely. Yeah. It just means I have to recover for a second time. You know what I mean? And it's
that does suck.
Yeah. Oh well.
Jesus. God.
At least I'm not dead.
At least you're not dead.
At least I'm not dead.
At least she's not dead. That should be the next title of your song. Just you in the hospital bed.
Album
just
title. Oh
boom.
My God.
At least you're not dead.
I do have some album cover worthy photos.
Oh, do you make all the album covers yourself?
Yes.
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
Wow.
I have my dream diary one on the wall. Do you want to see it?
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. I did just rip the back off it, but look at that.
Look at that. For everyone that can't see, I can confirm that is the cover art for Dream Diaries.
I think it's meant to be this way. Wait, this way? No. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like it's pointing that way. I feel like maybe that
looks right. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe it's that way? Yeah, that way.
I think it's flipped because of the camera.
Oh yeah, that might make sense. So now that you've released like a lot, I mean, I'd say you've done you haven't done a full album yet. Is that something you're planning on doing?
Yes, it is. Yes, there is an album in the works, and it has been in the works for the past 3 years. But I promise I'm doing it this time.
She promises she's doing it.
Get off
her back.
Get off my back,
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had plans to go into the studio in March this month on the 23rd, but I was in hospital, wasn't I? So I have to reschedule, and now it's in May.
Really?
So yeah, that's really exciting. More time to prepare.
Exactly. Wait, so how does that work then? Have you got all of the lyrics done, all of the kind of like arrangements? I want to say arrangements, but like an idea of the melody.
Yeah.
Have you got all that done? You just need to record it.
Those songs, the ones I'm going to work on when I go into the studio I'm working with a bassist and a drummer. They're all completely done. It's just rehearsals that we have to sort out, the drums and bass and everything. And then in the studio, me and the producer will work on, say, like synths, harmonies, all of that. And so we'll probably work on like 3 or 2 songs at a time, and we'll go in and have different sessions. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it all turns out, but I'm very nervous as well.
Really?
Because studios, they're quite scary, because what if I don't like it and I can't. Well, I can say I don't like it because I'm paying the guy, obviously, but I'm scared. I'm so scared.
Wait, are you hiring someone to mix it for you and everything?
Yeah.
Ooh. Have you never done that before then? Is it all just been you?
Yeah, it's all just been me before. So this time I'm doing a different approach, trying to get an actual product that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
A professional product, you know what I mean?
Professional product.
Professional product.
Well, let's hope that the mixer, the producer, does all right. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine.
I have heard some things he's worked on before, and they're quite good. Yeah.
Are they original songs then, or are there some covers in there as well?
All originals, yeah.
All original.
Yep.
So how many songs are there?
There are about 12. I've got a little list right here. Wait. It's going to change, I think, as I go along, because I can't stick to a plan for the life of me. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I like the songs.
Are you gonna tour? Not tour, but yeah, are you gonna tour them?
We'll see.
Have you done live concerts before? Or do you do Wolfrog? Yeah.
I have done live performances with my solo stuff. When I first moved to uni, I was in a band, and that was just a bassist and a drummer. The drummer I'm still working with, but I have a different bassist now. And we did gigs around, but it just felt horrible. I can't lie to you. It didn't feel right at all. I felt like we weren't ready, but I was being pushed to do all these gigs, and I disbanded. We disbanded very soon.
Now that I hear that a lot. I had a guy on maybe last month, and he hated concerts.
Yeah.
Do you just prefer being on your own and just doing your own thing?
I do for my own stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm not confident in my instrumental skills yet. If I'm doing it on my own and like recording on my own, I have so much time to rework things. But when it's live, I don't feel confident enough in my knowledge of pedals, tone, everything guitar-wise. I have a confidence in my voice because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at singing, which is why I love Wolfrog, because that's all I have to focus on, and I can do a little boogie at the same time. It's the best, it really is. But for my solo stuff, it was just overwhelming at the time. I just wasn't ready, and I'm working on getting ready again, but time will tell. Time will tell.
Because obviously Seine and I started off at the very start about Seine and I, but I'm going to bring it back. When you were recording that, did you imagine that it would be anywhere near as big as it is now?
Not at all. Have you seen the cover art?
Yeah. Wait,
I drew that with a mouse. I was like, this is just a silly little cover. Literally.
Yeah.
No, I did not think that people would listen to it. If anything, I don't know, it was a joke.
Imagine.
Being said, I'm so happy it did. Yeah. Because, that means the world to me. It's lovely. It really is.
Had you seen Monster in Paris before you'd done that song, or is it just something new?
Yes, I love that movie.
I actually never heard that movie before until I listened to your song.
Fair enough.
Boom.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Maybe I should listen to it. Maybe watch it, not listen to it.
I got what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's a good movie. That scene is stuck in my mind.
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back.
Did you leave?
I left. Sorry.
I was talking about that scene where the song is in. It's so good. She's just like in a
one where
dress.
And then the guy's got like a mask on.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it's Sean. I didn't realize it was Sean.
Yeah.
That baffled me.
Me too.
I was like,
what the hell?
what the fuck? It's such a weird, like Vanessa Paradis and then Sean Ono Lennon.
Yeah, John Lennon's son.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay,
I was
cool.
like, all right, wow.
Surprise.
So with the songs that you've all done now, is there any that you'd kind of just get rid of from your catalogue, or like just if you had the chance to just not record them, is there any that you wouldn't do, or are you happy with everything you've done?
There's the first release of Sleep I ever did. I hate it.
Really?
I want it gone. Yeah. And on my EP, there's some that I would just definitely redo and fix them up, because I did not know what I was doing at all when I recorded them. And listening back now, I can just hear everything I don't like about it. Like, I love Sleep as a song, but the bass needs to go. I can't play bass. Why did I think that I would be able to do that? Like, I have the tiniest, weakest hands known to man, and I'm just there like, it didn't work. But I could do it now. I definitely could. I've gotten so much better. Yeah.
Do you actively like learn other instruments while you're playing, or do you kind of just stick with the guitar mostly?
I did when I was making that EP. The entire thing was like a learning that thing for me. Like, I was learning how to mix. I was learning how to do everything while recording it all. So yeah, it was difficult.
I can imagine. I've bass, because like, especially with guitar, if you don't press on the chords hard enough, it has like a weird twangy sound. And I can imagine like the bass, like if you like slap the bass, maybe not slap the bass, but like if you hit it too hard, it has that like, I don't know how
it rattles.
Yeah, that's the one. It rattles. It's awful. I might stay away. I'm gonna stay away from the bass.
It is very satisfying when you can do it. I would say when you get a good bassist. The bassist I'm working with at the moment, he's like really good.
Yeah.
And so satisfying to hear. Like,
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I love it.
I've been to one. Actually, I went to TV Girl, saw them live. Their bassist. That was like the first time, because bass isn't always the forefront of the band.
No.
TV Girl, I saw them live. That bass, oh my! That was like the first time I realized that bass was sick, because like they're doing Lovers Rock and they're like bouncing around, and the whole floor was like vibrating. Anyways,
cool.
I feel like I've taken up way too much of your time, but I've got one last question. I've got one last question. With obviously, I'm gonna say the journey and like the kind of prep, because obviously you haven't recorded the album yet, but would you prefer doing most, like EPs, singles, or album?
I would say EPs are like more realistic for me to be able to do in like a short amount of time and keep them consistent. So I'm very nostalgic for like the time period where I was making Dream Diary, because it was just so fun to wake up every day and be like, oh, I'm gonna work on another song, oh my god. An album feels like it's just gonna take so much longer, and it's gonna be more of a challenge for me to keep that consistency, especially now that I'm working with other people as well. I have to manage myself and manage everything. So it's quite overwhelming, but it's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Can we, when should we expect the album coming out? Can we get
this year or next year? In that kind of time period.
Fair enough. Thank you so much for coming on, Mavis. Thank you so much. No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to everyone that's been listening. Thank you, Mavis, again.
Thank you so much.